Hello fellow makeup addicts and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about this lovely palette right here, and I have two palettes from the new BHCosmetics travel series. So they have like a series where it's just like all about travel. So they have like Tokyo and I think like London, and this one that just came out is Lost in Los Angeles. So it's really, really great. It's got a melting pot of different types of colors, pastels and brights, and not a whole lot of neutrals. This is actually a very colorful palette, but overall, as you can see, it's pretty dominant with some pastels, some kind of medium neat, like almost like borderline neon pastels, but like, yeah, like neon but pastel. I know that it sounds like a contradicting word, but yeah, so it's got like a nice combination of different pastels, and I happen to really, really love pastels a lot. So there's like this color, it looks pretty neutral, and there's like a couple of golds, and there's like a lot of melons and a few purples, a blue, a white. So it's got like a nice little collection. So we're gonna do a look with this palette. I was actually born and raised here in Southern California and in LA. And so when I saw this palette, I thought I just really, really wanted to try it. So yeah, so we're gonna do this one, and then we are also going to use this one. This is Apres in Aspen. So here is the Aspen highlighter palette. So we're going to use this as our highlighter because look at how well it actually does go with this palette. So it'll be like, you know, really, really pretty on the skin. So we are going to see if we can create a look that is LA worthy. Here's Lost in Los Angeles, all the shades in pure sunlight. And I didn't try Rush Hour. Oh, that's so pretty. It's like an icy light blue. And you can see how the Abbey is just very pigmented white shade. And it's not like a super sophisticated formula, BH eyeshadows, but as you can see, they're very chunky, and they give you that nice chunky pop of shimmer. And here is the Apres and Aspen highlighter shades in full sunlight. And as you can see, like Frostbite has this just amazing, just duochrome peach, almost mint tone to it, and it's so unique. Like I don't have anything else in my collection. I'm trying to get different angles here, like that color of Frostbite. And then as you can see, Chill Zone has like a blue purple shift to it in the sunlight, and it's so unique as well. But I love this palette collection. Here's a comparison of the last two BHCosmetics palettes, like highlighter palettes. So actually this palette, Lost in Los Angeles, like the names, the shade names, you know, like Malibu, Runyon Canyon, LAX, it's like all the names across the different territories of like Los Angeles. Abbot Kinney, the Hills, Rodeo Drive. So it just like totally reminded me of the Californians, from like that SNL skit from Californians when Stuart's like, get out of here, like get on the 405 until you can't take it anymore. And then she's like, I forget her name, Stuart, like why are you totally home so early? And you know, like they have that like Valley Girl like accent dialect. I said go home. Take Abbot Kinney to Runyon Canyon to the 405, but not in rush hour. And then she's like, Stuart, at this time of day, it's going to be jammed in WeHo. Yeah, like totally, for sure. So like all of these like shade names, but it just totally like reminded me of like that SNL skit. At being born and raised here and knowing all about that, it's a very, very much here. Like we live within an hour of like everything. We can go skiing, we can go wine tasting, we can go to the beach, we can, you know, go to the opera, we can do all of these things, but you do have a lot of driving. So if you're born and raised here in Los Angeles, you know that like everything that you talk about is actually totally about how you're going to get there and where, you know, which streets you're going to take. And if it's going to be a little bit too difficult to get there, then you take this, then you take this street and that street. And so being in LA, it's totally like this. And so we're going to see if we can do an LA worthy look using the new BHCosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. So let's get started. So we're just going to go in these alternating colors, the blue and the green and the pink and the purple, and then we're going to, this is like do this floating cut crease, and then we're going to cut the crease with, and I'm using for primer today my ABH because it's brightening. So we're just gonna use that right here and do the same thing on this side. Okay, the only thing is it doesn't have a mirror.
This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah.
Gosh, like this color, I cannot even tell you. Look how gorgeous it is. It's so shimmery. The hills. Oh, so pretty.
We're almost there, I'm loving this feeling of something new, just right what I needed. Take me there, we can drive away.
Kind of liking how Sunset Boulevard is really bright.
Oh yeah. Listen to the midnight radio.
I'm going to get the rest of my foundation on and everything so that when I do the liner and stuff, it's actually going to stay where I want it to be for the rest of the day, and then we can finish everything up.
Listen to the midnight radio. We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay, gotta let go. A gentle breeze, the night's got a fever, to the moon and back, playing loud in the speakers. You and me, can I marry you?
Okay, I know we're working a little bit out of place here, but since I did all this, I'm like really wanting to try the highlighter palette right now before we finish the eye look. I kind of wanted to see what it would look like color-wise, so I'm going to start out with, oh my god, this is so pretty. You might not be able to see on camera, but it has sort of like this shift that's a little bit like green peach, like a peach green, sort of like duochrome for frostbite. And I think that would look really cool. I think we're gonna start out with that. Okay, so this is frostbite. Oh wow, so can you see how it's kind of like peachy greenish yellow? I think it's really pretty. I think I'm gonna go with iced out now. Yeah, so that makes it blend into the blush a little bit better. Wow, that's so pretty. love that combination, the frost iced out and then the frostbite right up in here to kind of tie in like a little bit of the mintier sort of tones. I'm almost wondering what this would look like. This is Snow Angel. Let's put Snow Angel up here. Above the blue. Oh my god, that's so perfect. Oh, that's so perfect. On the blue, it's just like this, just aqua, perfect aqua highlighter. And now we're gonna try Frosted AF. Oh my god, look at that. That is like totally Frosted AF. Oh my god, I have a frosty nose. Whoa, see how frosty that is? I think I'm going to sort of tone it down with this one again. Like, let's go like this. That's a little bit better. Yeah. The tone of Frostbite matches like my fair skin tone a little bit better, and it has a really cool iridescence to it. I really love that one. I am loving all of these. I can't wait to use this one. I want to stay a little bit more like warm, like melon. I don't want to go too pink, but I cannot wait to use that one in another look. We're going to use Grape Soda Suva liner and do a liner.
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends, stayed in bed till Wednesday, fell in love with you right there and then. I was young, couldn't see that.
It looks so great. Okay, so I'm like totally digging how this is looking, but I want to carry a little bit of the blue down here. So I know my skin, the powder is not going to stick unless I use a primer. So in order to make sure that the color really pops, I'm going to use Touch of Frost from P. Louise and then add that same shade. What is it called? LAX.
Jacket though is too cold. Saw your face in the crowd and I think
Okay, looking good. I really like it so far. I was considering between these lip colors, either going like really pastel, like lilac pink, or hot pink. Not into that. This I think would be really pretty with the tones. So we're gonna try this or this. I'm not sure which one first.
her she's perfect, yeah, she's beautiful. Never thought you'd be here, it took me by surprise when I met you in the doorway. I had a friend of a friend, never thought I would see you this soon, but hope she really loves you. 'Cause
Ooh, I think it's really fun. It turned out really cute. We're all done. I'm just gonna go get my outfit on and take some photos, but I just wanted to finish up my final thoughts on these palettes. I am absolutely loving the very vibrant, bright pastel tones in this palette. I felt like I was able to create something just with all of the different colors, the different pastels. I kind of like that they're all like competing tones, like competing strengths of color. And then that way you can use a lot of colors when there's not too many shade dimensions in the shade, you know, like contrast, like there's not like super light and super dark and super light and super dark. This is all kind of like you know, mellow toned, so you can just use a lot of color on this. And I like that they're like pastel brights, like bright pastels. So I really like these very much. This color at the Hills is super shimmery and beautiful. This is showing up a little bit light, but I actually really like it because it matches really well. God, I'm almost wondering if we could put Sunset Hills like, oh yeah, Sunset Hills looks great for like some added glow on this watermelon soda lip. Really pretty. So yeah, I really like the colors on this a lot. I think that they just turned out really beautiful. I feel lost in Los Angeles. And like I could go anywhere. I could go to Hollywood. I could go to Beverly Hills. I mean, I gotta change first, but you know, I'm just bright and colorful, like somebody that moved in from out of town to LA that wants to make it big. Only I was born and raised here. Woo! Oh my God. I also wanted to say my final thoughts on the highlighter palette, the 6-color highlighter palette, Appraise and Aspen. I wasn't expecting this one to be like duochrome-ish, like green. There's almost like a hint of green. It's like a green and peach shift. I really like that. I think it looks great for more artistic kind of looks, not necessarily for like, you know, everyday kind of looks, but for these kind of looks, it's really fun. I'm really looking forward to trying these 2 shades next. I think this would look really pretty with this look, but because I'm just doing, I didn't really want to do this on my cheeks. I wanted to match these tones here, the coral tones. I can't wait to try this one too. This one was totally Frosted AF. Like, yes, Frosted AF is Frosted AF. It's really pretty. I'm actually going to be using that one a lot. I really like how it pops. So I love this palette. I am so glad I got these. I highly recommend, and I will link everything below. And yeah, I'm gonna just change right now. I'll take some photos. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe.